Okay, pause. Can we all just take a second and breathe in the absolute masterpiece that was Sonic the Hedgehog 3? I'm still not over it, to be honest. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 hit theaters 3 months ago, and it actually delivered everything that the fans had been waiting for. Shadow's long-awaited debut, the darker tone, the epic final scene, and it was a turning point for the franchise. But while the spotlight of Sonic the Hedgehog 3 mostly focused on Sonic and Shadow, their rivalry, their power, their pain, one character quietly held everything together behind the scenes if you noticed it, and that is none other than Miles Tails Prower. Not just a sidekick, not just a comic relief, but the glue of the team, the inventor, the navigator, the one who flies straight into danger without hesitation. Not because he's fearless, but because he cares about Sonic, his best friend. And now, with the Sonic Movie 4 on the horizon, everything is becoming clearer. It's Tails' time. For decades, Tails has been the second name in the title, the loyal friend in the background, always building, fixing, supporting. But in the world of Sonic, support doesn't mean anything small. It means essential. It means reliable, and sometimes it means the only one left who can save the day. And that's why the rumors around Super Tails appearing in the Sonic Movie 4 are so exciting, and we're gonna be watching them here today, guys, because we have new leaked and incredible information about the Super Tails transformation in the Sonic Movie 4. Because they don't just suggest a visual transformation, they represent a deeper shift. A story where Tails doesn't just assist the hero, but he becomes the hero. Think back to the ending of Sonic 3. Sonic ascends to Super Sonic again, Shadow taps into the Chaos energy, and in the background, Tails is watching, learning, scanning the battlefield, and he's already thinking 3 moves ahead. And in the post-credit scene, that flicker of energy on his reading, that wasn't just a cool Easter egg, it was a seed that hints at something bigger, a transformation that, until now, Tails has never been allowed to fully explore in the cinematic universe. But make no mistake, Super Tails has a lot of history. In the classic game, Super Tails was something of a hidden gem, available only through obscure combinations of emeralds in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And in the comics, he was even more powerful, wielding the Chaos Emeralds with an aura of glowing energy and commanding a flock of invincible flickies. A strange but beautiful callback to his connection with nature and flight. So what would Super Tails look like in the movie? How is he gonna look like? Is there leaked information? Well, there is. And there is a lot of things that we're gonna be exploring in today's video that has to do with none other than the gem itself, Super Tails. We'll go through the leaked scene, the history of Tails across the games, comics, and animation, and I'm gonna be breaking down the storytelling potential behind a Tails-led transformation in the Sonic Movie 4, and how that changes everything in the whole movie. Because the truth is, Tails has always had what it takes. Not just to fly a biplane or build a laser cannon out of scraps, but to grow into something even greater, to step out of Sonic's shadow. Not in anger, not in rebellion, but in purpose. And if Super Tails is coming, it won't just be about glowing fur and chaos energy. It'll be about evolution and about becoming the hero that he's always meant to be. So that's exactly what we're going to be talking about here today, guys. We're going to be taking and exploring the incredible potential of Super Tails in the Sonic Movie 4. So without further ado, guys, let's just get right into it. So to understand the potential of Super Tails in the Sonic Movie 4, we have to go back, as always, to the games. The Sonic games are basically everything for these kind of movies, as they tell us more about these characters, and we will know how they will look like in the Sonic Movie 4. And for this, we have to go to the comics, which really tells us a lot more about Super Tails. The Archie comics took Tails' connection to Chaos Energy even further. In that continuity, Tails was revealed to be the Chosen One, a being prophesied to possess a unique ability to harness and manipulate the Chaos Force, something that you probably didn't even know about, a deeper source of power linked to the Emeralds. His super form in the comics elevated not just his strength and flight speed, but also his intelligence and spiritual awareness as well. In super form, Tails could survive direct hits from chaos-infused weapons, manipulate energy constructs, and resist mind control, all while keeping full clarity of thought, unlike some chaotic super transformations that overwhelm the user. Although the TV series like Sonic X rarely explored Super Tails, there were still some moments in the Sonic multiverse that hinted at Tails' untapped potential. And across nearly every adaptation, one truth remains consistent. Tails doesn't rush into power, he earns it. Carefully, methodically, through problem-solving, sacrifice, and sheer loyalty. Now, back to the Paramount movies, Sonic Movie 3 haven't fully introduced Chaos Emeralds, Super Sonic, and Shadow's Chaos abilities. The door is now open for deepened Chaos lore. If Paramount chooses to remain faithful to the game canon, Tails' transformation won't come easily, and it won't be triggered by raw emotion or desperation like Sonic's. It would come from understanding. Tails, as portrayed in the movies so far, is a character of immense intelligence. He builds artifacts mid-battle, rewires alien in control and can keep pace with beings who break the sound barrier. That level of brilliance makes him the perfect character to uncover a deeper connection to the Chaos Emeralds. Not just a power source, but as something more profound, a frequency, a code, a resonance he learns to harmonize with. And in that moment when all seems lost, when Sonic and Shadow have burned through their power and Eggman's final creation looms overhead, Tails could sweep forward not with rage, but with clarity. He's not even trying to overpower the enemy, he's just trying to outthink it like he always does. That is the true power of Tails as opposed to other big characters like Shadow, Knuckles, or even Sonic. Super Tails in the Sonic Movie 4 can manifest in the following ways. His twin tails begin to glow, leaving golden streaks as he flies. His fur shifts to a brilliant radiant gold color. His eyes reflect the flickering aura of the emeralds themselves, and around him golden energy trails ripple outward, and not just for speed, but for protection and control. Instead of flickies, perhaps we can see a golden energy construct, drones or projections generated by his tech, and Chaos Fusion acting as an independent offense. In combat, Super Tails would fly faster than ever before, dodging lasers, disabling machines mid-air, and outmaneuvering anything in the sky. But most importantly, he remains Tails. Now, these powers that we're discussing here are not out of nowhere, and they are rooted in the games and the lore of Sonic. Whether it's in the games, the series, or the comics, all of these powers appear in the games. For example, in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, released by Sega in 1994, Super Tails is playable, but with a cheat code or a lock-in cartridge. Details of the character is that you can collect all 7 Super Emeralds while playing as Tails, and you unlock Super Tails. And his unique ability is that Tails is surrounded by 4 invincible golden flickies that home in on all the attacks of his enemies, and he also becomes invulnerable and faster. And this is the most iconic and original appearance in the Sonic universe of Super Tails. The interesting part about Super Tails is that we don't really see him as a playable character or as a character itself until 2017, yes, where he appears in Sonic Mania as a playable character, but only if you use the debug mode or certain mods. The details of him is that Super Tails can be accessed in Mania Plus with all 7 Chaos Emeralds and all 7 Super Emeralds, and the Flicky Swarm returns as a callback to Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And then we also see him in Sonic Origins Plus, released in 2023 for multi-platforms. And it's only here where his status is like in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and he's playable completely. This remastered compilation includes Sonic 3 and Knuckles with enhanced features, and Super Tails is available through the same requirements as the original. To be able to see him, you have to collect all the Super Emeralds, and if you see Super Tails in this game, you're gonna be amazed because he looks absolutely amazing, and he's actually very powerful, sometimes even more powerful than Sonic himself in this game. But when it comes to his non-playable form, we actually see him in some games too. For example, in Sonic Origins, released in 2022, where Super Tails is not directly playable unless in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but the character is referenced through the ability to unlock all transformations. Then we see him in Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the mobile remake though. Super Tails is not in the original Sonic 2, but if you use the debug mode or mods in the mobile remake, you can play as Super Tails using the Chaos Emeralds, yes. And this is not canon, but it's often used by fans and modders to make this game a little bit more playable. So what do you guys think about the Super Tails transformation in the Sonic Movie 4? Do you think it's gonna shock all of us in the big screen?